2021 is a super exciting year for Walt Disney World as it gets its 50th anniversary celebrations, and Magic Kingdom is set to get its most extreme ride ever in the form of a new roller coaster themed to Tron. In this video we get into all the details and everything you can expect, including a first person view of the whole ride and the latest construction. Hi guys, Gio here for Independent Guides. Now, I don't know about you, but 2020 has been quite rough, but with the new year coming around fast, it looks like 2021 will make up for it and will be super exciting. We've got our fingers crossed that by the time the Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary rolls around on October 1st, the world will be back to relative normality. Even if we're not 100% of the way there, then we can at the very least expect to have a brand new attraction at Magic Kingdom to look forward to. Ever since Shanghai Disneyland opened 4 years ago, all us Disney Parks fans have been jealous of their new coaster, but Magic Kingdom is now going one step further as it's keeping its existing Tomorrowland coaster, Space Mountain, and adding Tron Light Cycle Power Run as an extra. If you're wondering where Disney is going to fit a ride like this in Magic Kingdom, well, it's not. Disney is actually adding this new ride outside Magic Kingdom's berm. That's the piece of land that the railway runs on the top of. This isn't a new idea for Disney, as already Space Mountain's dome and the actual ride track for that is outside the railroad track. That's why you can spot Space Mountain so easily when you're coming in on the monorail. So the main site for Tron will be just to the north of Space Mountain. You'll be able to reach it via a new walkway from Tomorrowland or from Fantasyland. Construction on the new coaster began all the way back in February 2018 and it's been disruptive. The Walt Disney World Railroad has temporarily stopped running, but I think it's going to be worth it. Tron isn't going to be a unique coaster to this park, and it'll be pretty much an exact clone of the ride in Shanghai Disneyland. I was lucky enough to ride this attraction during my last visit, so here's the lowdown. We'll take a look at photos of the current status later in the video. Tron Light Cycle Run is manufactured by coaster provider Vekoma, and this is a launch ride with one high-speed launch at the very beginning. You start off with the indoor launch before heading outside underneath the canopy and then back into the main ride show building. Looking at the current state of construction and the concept art, we can see that the layout will be an exact clone of the Shanghai version. The majority of the ride will be indoors, and the ride uses screens to simulate other light cycles racing against you. Assuming Disney goes for the same system as Shanghai, this will be the first Disney attraction at Walt Disney World where you'll have to part with your belongings before riding. Shanghai has done this in a variety of ways over the years, from lockers before entering the queue line, to more recently using movable storage bins in the ride loading platform. The main reason for this is the ride vehicle, which really can only accommodate you as a human, but nothing else. The ride vehicle is designed to work like a motorbike, and once seated you pull the handlebars towards you and that locks your feet in place and moves the backrest to secure you. To be honest, these ride vehicles are a little bit awkward to get into at first, but after a few rides I think you get the hang of it. They also aren't as comfortable as standard coaster seats in my opinion. They're not even as comfortable as the flying coaster seats you see in some parks, but for a couple of minutes it's completely fine. And there definitely is something to say for this leaning forward position, enhancing the feeling of speed on this ride. So how fast will it go? Just like in Shanghai, the ride will hit speeds of 59.3 miles an hour or 95.4 kilometers per hour. This will be the fastest coaster in the park, and in fact all of Walt Disney World, but Test Track at Epcot will keep the honour of being the fastest ride at Disney World. The height requirement is expected to be the same as in Shanghai at 122 centimeters, which is 48 inches, making it the highest height requirement in the parks along with Rock 'n' Roller Coaster. So let's take a look at the current construction progress. We have around 10.5 months until the opening date if Disney wants to hit the start of the 50th anniversary celebrations, which I'm sure they'll want to. These photos are from the 14th of November, so just a few days ago, and come courtesy of BioReconstruct on Twitter. Unfortunately, we don't have any idea about how the inside fit out is going. We do know that the ride track was complete about a year ago, so it should be relatively simple to do the rest, as most of the ride is in darkness. They have a few screens, a few lights, then of course there's all the queue lines and loading station to install, and then theme and light it correctly, and very often these are the things that take time, the details. They'll also need to install the lighting on the canopy unless that's pre-built into the structure. The lighting on the roof is actually really cool. It follows the path of the light cycles as they go around the outside portion of the ride. Now the thing I'm most worried about at the moment is not if Disney's going to finish this on time, but how are they going to solve the sight lines, because at the moment this ride looks like a mess for Magic Kingdom's theming. In Shanghai, Tron is in the corner at the back of Tomorrowland, so Disney's able to hide the enormous show building. At Magic Kingdom, they can't do this as the coaster is right on the edge of Tomorrowland and can quite clearly be seen from Fantasyland. Here's a good example of this. This is the view of that enormous show building from the queue of the Barnstormer in Fantasyland. so they're going to need a heck of a lot of trees to cover this, and the actual ride track isn't that far away, so I'm concerned that you'll be able to hear the ride vehicles too. Hopefully Disney will turn the music up in this part of Fantasyland, or the Barnstormer noise will cover it enough. But there's somewhere else where I think Disney's going to have a lot more difficulty, and that's from the monorail. Here's a photo of what it looks like at the moment if you're looking at the park. Space Mountain's in the foreground, but there's that really ugly, huge box of a building in the background. And here's another view from the monorail. That's going to be quite a distraction. I'm not convinced Disney's chosen the right blue to blend in with the sky here. There might still be some trees or something to help cover at least the lower part of it, but we'll see. Disney still has a year to figure this out. The latest rumours on the grapevine is that the project for Tron is running late, due to the closures due to the pandemic. One poster on WD Magic's forum called CAnnual757 says that Disney will keep weatherproofing the building until next year and keep working on the canopy, but then when the canopy is complete, that Disney will stop construction until October next year. And that would mean that the attraction would only open in spring or summer 2022. Apparently this would be so that Disney could reduce its costs in 2021, and so it could figure out whether the park will recover next year as well. There is some credence to this. The airlines, the travel companies have said they don't expect to be back running at full capacity until 2022 or later around the world. The forum poster says he is a, quote, vendor who sends products to the job site. So I'm really split about this, and honestly I don't want to believe it. On one hand, I can't see Disney having something be months away from opening for the 50th anniversary and just leaving it unfinished. You don't get a 50th anniversary twice, and if things have returned to normality by October, Magic Kingdom could really do with as much capacity as possible for the celebrations. If Tron opens in 2022, this will still technically be part of the 50th anniversary year, and the celebrations will probably last for at least 18 months, but to not have this open on the 50th anniversary day, I think would be such a shame. But at the same time, Disney also knows that the 50th anniversary week will be sold out. Annual pass holders who book park passes for Magic Kingdom, those are already sold out for October 1st, and we're over 10 months away. Another thing that lends some credibility to the rumour is that the admin of WTW Magic Forums has said he has heard the same thing. Plus another important point of note is that this week Disney showcased a video update to many of their projects, including Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot, Avengers Campus, the new Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, but nothing was said about Tron at all. This is all just speculation until we get an official announcement from Disney, so let's wait and see. If you want to know what else Disney's working on, check out the video in the description about the 17 rides Disney's building at the moment. Plus take a second to tap the like button to support the channel. It's completely free, takes just a second and makes a huge difference to us, and subscribe to get more Disney, Universal and theme park videos like this one 2 to 3 times a week. I'm hoping to get to 100 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, so please consider subscribing to help me out on this journey, and thank you so much for doing that. If you're visiting Walt Disney World, check out our guidebook, the link is in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Gio for Independent Guides, and I'll see you in the next video.